I'm still new to painting and I want to find new ways to improve and to challenge myself. So today I'm painting using watercolor, and my mission is to paint a woman in a very challenging and unique perspective. I will paint a woman from behind, turning her head back. Oh, and also I have started to read about color theory, so I will try to apply that in this painting. So let's see how this goes. I started by sketching her body. The perspective is slightly above and behind, so that made this quite challenging. At first her face was hideous. It was very unpleasant to look at. But I did manage to save her face, so she at least looks like a human female. So that's a good thing, I guess. But since the pose and perspective was quite difficult, it didn't exactly turn out how I imagined it. But I had to accept that and move on, because I can't just get stuck on perfecting things. I need to keep going. I also added a background. It was quite simple, but I added some lines that kind of was supposed to enhance the distorted view. So now it's time to paint using watercolor. For the woman I used yellow and orange. I wanted a warm, almost monochromatic color palette. I also added red details. I added red lips, eyes and hairband. At one point I used a way too wet brush, so it really smeared out the red lips over her entire face, and that kind of ruined it. So I had to grab some paper and try to dry it up, and then I had to paint again using a drier brush. So that was a lesson learned. I also painted her hair black, and I gave her a shorter haircut because her upper body is supposed to be visible, because I actually spent quite some time drawing it and I don't want to hide it. But to contrast the warm orange and yellow colors on the woman, I added purple and blue background, mainly purple. This is where the color theory comes into play, because I read that orange and purple match very well together, and they create a very distinct contrast between each other. But I didn't want the background to only include purple, so I added some other tones like blue and black. I mostly used lighter blue. I also only added a few black areas, because black was just like a supporting color. So here's the final result. Like I said, this was quite challenging for me, and I have never really worked with watercolor this way before. But I do feel like I learned a lot here. Now in hindsight, I feel like I could have done a lot of things better, but I guess I will take those lessons and apply them to the next drawing I will create instead. I feel like the background was a bit sloppy. I feel like I could have spent some more attention on the background and actually enhanced the picture even more. It definitely looks rushed in a few places. Regardless, I'm really looking forward to my next painting. I will keep practicing using watercolors. I will also find new ways to challenge myself, but thank you for watching.